my day, which means let's go. So this is the nighttime safari. We ask that you please refrain from the use of flash photography. So check your cameras now that you have your flashes off. Also, we ask that you refrain from the use of flash photography and do not use flashlights of any kind. Now you're still more than welcome to take any photos or videos, just the flashlights have to be on. So this is the little cherry forest. Now, as you guys have probably noticed, it's really dark. Now it is really hard for me to see anything, but if you guys see anything before I do, just say, hey, what's that? But the first thing we're seeing on our left-hand side are some ghosts of the forest. These are bongos. Now they're usually very shy when posted during the daytime, but at nighttime they wander around to look for food. So this is a very great look for you guys. Now you guys can officially say you have seen ghosts on the safari. So what you saw on the other side, if you saw it without any lights on, that was an okapi. It is actually the closest living relative to the giraffe. It has legs like a zebra because it helps the cats keep track of their mothers through the very thick underbrush. Mothers will still actually use an infrasonic sound to communicate with their calves, so they make sure to keep track of them. Now this is another very rare sight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a black rhino. Black rhinos are normally very solitary during the daytime, but at nighttime they rendezvous with other black rhinos for courtship and socialization. Now, if you guys don't know, black rhinos are actually a very rare species. There's only about 5,000 of them left in the entire world. This unfortunately is due to the poaching of their horns, where cultures like the Vietnamese and the Chinese believe that the rhino horn has medicinal value. But it does not. It's just made out of keratin, the same stuff that fingernails are made out of. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, but did you see its lip? How pointed it was? So it's actually prehensile. It uses those lips to pluck the leaves off of bushes. If we get to see some white rhinos, you will see a very big difference between the white and the black rhino. The white rhino is much bigger, and their face is a lot more broader. Their lips are used for grazing. Alright, so we are now entering the Safi River. Safi River is home to some hippos. Now hippos are usually quite vocal at nighttime, so I'll be a little bit quieter when we approach the river. They can communicate with each other using grunts, growls, and snorts, and also a wheeze honk communication, which is kind of like, it's very individualized to each hippo. Each hippo uses a different version. It's kind of like an accent. Some of them are going to grunt or wheeze and honk. Others might honk and wheeze, or others might just honk. So, let's see if we have any vocal hippos this evening. Now they say the most dominant of hippos will have the most hippos flying together. Here is a float of hippos on the left-hand side, right behind that island. Birds that you see in the area are pink-backed pelicans. Looks like they're bedding down for the evening. Now this is a interactive safari. I'm not an animatronic, so you guys are more than welcome to ask me any questions you might have, whether it be about the park, the reserve, the animals that we may have seen or may have not seen. Feel free to ask and call out. I like answering questions, especially if I know the answer. If I don't, I'll find out the answer for you. The crocodiles are pretty. I guess you have been here before since you know that there's supposed to be crocodiles under that bridge.
Yeah.
Crocodiles just took a little vacation. Not one of those amazing what 20 minutes is going to do to the surroundings. Because it was really light outside when I did this last time, and now it's really dark. So this is the savannah. So pretty and dark. So keep your eyes open. It's going to be really hard to find the animals out here, but I'm pretty good at it. Usually. Oh my god, listen. The hyenas. They're vocalizing. Oh. And Coley cattle right over here to the right. I want to see if I can get closer to these hyenas. I've never heard them whoop before. It's either that or it's Pandora, but I'm pretty sure it's the hyenas. It should be right over here. And of course they stopped. We'll stay here for a while, maybe they'll start up again. So did y'all hear it, or was I just going crazy? So you can see some moving around back there. There's two of them back there. They're walking around just behind this deck. What? No, it's just two that are back here. But they have a very they're very different communications. There's that whooping sound. It's a very ghostly whoop sound. I'm sure if you ever watched a documentary about Africa, you probably would have heard it. They also have the maniacal giggling. And now this is a beautiful picture. We have the beautiful moon on the right hand side, and then we have the lovely Harambe sunset on the left hand side. Disney magic. Oh my gosh, I got chills. Okay. So just up ahead of here, we have a herd of white-bearded wildebeest. Now they're starting to get in a circular. You were in the road, mister, or missy, or whatever you are. You were in the road, sir. Here's some white-bearded wildebeest. White-bearded wildebeest, during the daytime, they're going to be seen pretty widespread. They're going to be grazing for food. At nighttime, they're going to start bedding down. So right now, they're kind of doing both, but they're sticking really close together. At nighttime, they're all going to sit in a circle, and some of them are going to be resting while the others are going to be keeping a very vigilant lookout for predators. And they're going to, you're going to just sit there, aren't you? They keep a very vigilant lookout for predators. So while others are resting, others will be keeping a vigilant lookout. All right, I gotta call this in. Reserve board from Safari 38. Holding for wildebeest. Back up to show speed. Alright guys, we're gonna go very slowly by this herd. If you're on the right side of the track, please do me a favor and don't reach out. As you can see, these animals are very comfortable with these tricks. Sometimes a little too comfortable. Now you can see some other herd animals right behind those wildebeest. You see those tiny little antelopes there? Those are springbok. Now the cool thing about herd animals is that they're actually going to work together. They're going to get to know each other's alarm sounds. They're going to know each other's vocals. So if, for example, those wildebeest scented a lion that was maybe prowling around through these bushes, through those tall trees and tall grasses, what is going on with you, little guy? Where are you all by yourself? That's so good. But anyway, if there was a lion walking around there, those wildebeest would sense it, they would emit an alarm call, and then it would would have no dinner for the evening. It's kind of cool. It's really good to know your neighbor if you're a savanna animal. And here we have a tower of giraffes. So giraffes, they're pretty much going to be looking for food about the entire day. They're going to be browsing for food. They only spend about 30 minutes resting. They still are considered a prey animal, so they still have to keep a lookout for predators. That's usually why you're going to very rarely ever see a giraffe lying on the ground, but if it ever is, it's usually going to be with others, because giraffes are going to be really vulnerable if they're lying down on the ground. Now these two ginormous trees we are coming in between are called baobab trees, and they have an African legend that surrounds the baobab tree, and it goes that the creator made his world, everything was perfect, everything was in its rightful place, but when he pulled this tree out of his bag, he didn't know what to do with it, so he just threw the tree in the air and landed upside down, and thus, dun dun, the baobab tree was born. Over here on the left, you might see some elephants back there. It's kind of rare to see some elephants out so late. Elephants have something like a curfew. I know curfews are a little bit outdated nowadays, but during daytime, the families are going to mingle with one another. Calves are going to hang out with their aunts and cousins, learning how to be baby elephants. And then during nighttime, once the sun sets, mothers are going to take their calves and they're going to use the protection of the herd to protect themselves. Usually nothing really bothers elephants. They are a very large prey animal. Lions may go after calves, but they have to deal with mama first and the rest of the herd. Now, this is a flamboyance of greater flamingos. Now, the funny thing about flamingos is that during the daytime, they're going to socialize with one another and they're going to look for food in these lakes. Nighttime, it doesn't really change. They're still going to be looking for food, and they can cross many miles in these lakes in search for the krill and brine shrimp. I guess that's why their feathers are pink, because they eat shrimp pretty much 24/7. This here is our warden's outpost, and it looks like some rhino horns and elephant tusks were confiscated by the wardens. So it didn't go on the black market, which is always good. Fortunately, poachers trying to stop them is a constant battle. A lot of poachers are very well financed from, rich folk that want to own something legal. Luckily, there are some reserves out there that actually use reformed poachers, so poachers that have turned good, to give them information about how how poachers work. So it gives them kind of like an inside look, and hopefully a way for them to protect their animals. Alright. So just around this corner are some rock formations that are called copies. Area, but never know. The safari is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Turn up your brightness.
Now, lions are usually more active at nighttime. There's the white rhino. So you can just see how much larger they are compared to the black rhino. You got a better look at her face. Face is really wide.
Can't see it, but there's
I
lions
don't
up
see
there.
any lions up there. Oh, yep, there she is. There is a female. Alright, so let's get around here. Oh, there's the male. And he's roaring. start roaring as soon as we turn this corner. That always seems to happen. But a lion's roar can be heard over 6 miles away. Now the quick padding on the lion's paws increases friction so they can run very silently across the ground for a very quiet approach.
You can see everything really well if you were here.
I don't see any other animals, so we're going to continue onwards. Oh, here's some water buck right here in front of us. These cute little brown animals. They're so cute and adorable because they have heart-shaped noses and they have white wing butts. They're very cute. Now they get the name waterbuck because they are an aquatic antelope. They drink an unusual amount of water for an antelope. Now you can't really smell them, but if you could be really close to a waterbuck and smell them, they have an oily substance on their coat and that keeps them waterproof. Hot spring. Let's see what we can find in here. I see some yellow-billed storks over here on the left. Now, yellow-billed storks are a carnivorous stork, and they're going to eat anything that fits inside their bills. That includes small mammals, small reptiles, or small birds. Right now, it just looks like they're just hanging out. Not bothering hunting right now. Alright, friends, and that has concluded your safari. So I believe you guys still have time to catch the Rivers of Light show if you wanted to. The show is going to start at 8:45. It's now 8:32. So you guys have plenty of time to head over to the theater over in Asia. The standby entrance, if you don't have a fast pass, is going to be by Dinoland USA. It's going to be on the left. Please check out that show. It is a wonderful show. The soundtrack is so magical. And if you don't know, they use water and lights to bring to life these holographic animals on water. It's really nice. There's also some pyrotechnics there as well. And once again, it's a wonderful soundtrack. If you maybe want to head over to Pandora and check that out. Pandora does come alive at nighttime. It has a very bright bioluminescent forest. And then check out the Tree of Life on Discovery Island, because there are 365 animals carved into that tree, and each of those animals come alive at night. And they have 4 stories to tell you if you watch long enough. Alright friends, so take this time to check your surroundings. Make sure no items have jumped out of pockets. This ride is notorious for items jumping out of pockets. And I hope you guys have enjoyed your nighttime safari. If not, you can always ride another. Alright guys, thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with one last word. That is Hawaii. That means